Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles, and I welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have a very serious episode for you guys that we want you guys to stick around for. But before we get into it, make sure you go ahead and like the video if you haven't, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Anyway, I've always said that I felt as if the LeBron James and Michael Jordan debates, comparisons, were always engineered. I never thought it was something organic. I never thought there was any credible argument, a credible argument to even put these two guys in the same conversation, if you're asking me. Most NBA fans that have been watching the NBA for more than 5 minutes will tell you that it's quite disrespectful to so many other great players that have played basketball to just take LeBron and you just jump all of these players and just put him right next to Michael Jordan. It is something that a lot of Hall of Famers have lamented when asked about this exact conversation of who is the greatest player, who does Michael Jordan compare to the most. I've heard people like Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, Allen Iverson. These guys have asked, yeah, you guys are making all of your top 5, top 2, whatever, top 3 greatest NBA player arguments. And they'll always say, what happened to Kobe? What happened to Kareem? How did all of a sudden LeBron just jump all of these guys? These are legitimate questions that a lot of former NBA players and some honest NBA fans will be asking themselves. When did this argument all of a sudden happen? When did it become the thing where all of a sudden LeBron gets propelled into the GOAT discussion? And some people feel as if I'm hating on LeBron. What I am doing is I'm calling it like it is. That is exactly what I'm doing. I'm saying what needs to be said because a lot of people feel this way. If you feel that hating is somebody telling the truth, then you got some problems. You got some serious problems. It seems as if some people feel as if any kind of thing that is not, anything that is said about their favorite player or their favorite person that is not nice, all of a sudden you're hated. And these people, you can't take these people seriously. These are people that are just talking with their emotions. They don't even listen to the facts. Them and the facts have nothing to do with one another. They don't want to hear the facts. All they want to hear is that you're saying something nice. And if you're not saying something nice, somehow you're a hater. So I don't take you guys seriously. When you guys are leaving your comments, I don't even take you seriously because most of the time, all you say is you're hating. You don't say anything else. You just say you're hating. So that's literally all you have to say whenever you make your comment. But anyway, I've always had this feeling that this conversation this whole thing was engineered. But yesterday, Stephen A. Smith on First Take revealed a private conversation that he had with Rich Paul that left me in total disbelief. And to be quite honest with you, it was disturbing. It was very, very disturbing. So before we go too far, I want you guys to take a listen to some of the things that Stephen A. Smith had to say as it pertains to the private conversation that he had with Rich Paul. Before we go too far, take a listen to that there.
Talk about
He's too damn sensitive.
anybody trying to argue that is crazy.
He's too damn sensitive. Not as sensitive as Rich Paul, though. Rich Paul's more sensitive than him.
He should be. That's his agent.
Why is he sensitive? What from this quote makes you? I'm looking at it right now. What makes him sensitive?
This is the only time.
Wait, sensitive, Molly, because he shouldn't even. He doesn't need to do this.
But if he wants to express himself, let him live.
Don't need to though.
Yeah, and you guys are you in particular are anti the whole social thing. So tell that whole truth. I just was like, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let me say this.
Please.
It's the only time I hung up on Rich Paul. Okay, and I've had many excuses. I love the brother, and he does a great job. But this is the only time I ever hung up on him. I got LeBron James on Mount Rushmore of basketball. In the history of basketball, I got him number 2, maybe number 3 all time. Me number 2. Some people put Kareem, MJ, LeBron, and stuff. I got him on the Mount Rushmore of basketball history, and I said I got him number 2. You act like that's an insult, Rich. Rich said, it is an insult. That's ridiculous. I don't even talk to him. You can't talk to somebody like that.
You protect this guy, though.
How you protecting him? What he need protection from, that's the point. In the history of basketball, which started in 1946, and the NBA became the NBA in 1950, in the history of basketball, there's been one player we would put above LeBron James, and that's an insult. No, you got problems.
So
you got problems in Rich Paul needs therapy. That's the bottom line.
So wait, hold on. You don't think your sister...
Now, I have a lot to say about this. A lot to say. The first question that came in my mind after listening to Stephen A. Smith, reveal the conversation that he had with Rich Paul was, the first question I had in my mind was, why is Rich Paul and Stephen A. Smith on the phone talking about who's the greatest player of all time? The last I checked, isn't Stephen A. Smith a media member? Maybe I'm wrong. Is Stephen A. Smith a general manager? Is he an NBA scout? Is he an agent? Is he any of these people? Is he an athlete? Is he trying out to be in the NBA? He is none of these people. So what is the causal connection between Stephen A. Smith, who works at ESPN, who is a worldwide leader in sports? He's probably the biggest voice in sports, at least the NBA in the United States. Could be somebody else, but I believe it's him. Why is Stephen A. Smith and Rich Paul having a conversation in the first place? That's the first thing. I don't understand the causal connection. The second question is, why are they having a discussion about who's the greatest player of all time? Why is this conversation being had between them? Help me understand. What's the causal connection between their jobs? What Rich Paul does at Klutch Sports and what Stephen A. Smith does at ESPN, how do those two things align? How does it align? And finally, why is Rich Paul saying to Stephen A. Smith that he finds it disrespectful that Stephen A. Smith says that Stephen A. Smith says that LeBron James is the second greatest player of all time? It's basically saying that Michael Jordan is the greatest and saying that it's disrespectful for LeBron to be ranked below Michael. Why is Rich Paul having this conversation with Stephen A. Smith? Why? Why is that happening? It would be tantamount to me, who I'm a huge Kawhi Leonard fan, or I'm a huge Kobe Bryant fan, and I'm sitting here having conversations with Rob Pelinka or Kawhi Leonard's agent, who I don't even know his name. No disrespect, I don't know his name. It's none of my business. And then I come out here and I start talking about why I think Kawhi Leonard is great. What would that make me? How would you guys look at me? Or it's like Skip Bayless having conversations with Michael Jordan's agent about where Michael Jordan ranks all time, and then Skip Bayless comes on TV and says that Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time. Skip Bayless has said on many occasions he doesn't talk to anybody. He doesn't follow anybody, and I believe him. And I believe Skip Bayless he strikes me as somebody that doesn't give a damn. He strikes me as somebody that's going to say exactly what he thinks. And to me, I think is wrong. I think is wrong, if we're being honest, because Stephen A. Smith should be allowed to have his opinion. He should be allowed to have his opinion, and he doesn't need to feel pressure from LeBron's agent to say that LeBron is the greatest player of all time. He doesn't need to feel that pressure, and it's wrong. Why is he being pressured to say something he doesn't believe just to benefit your friend? Why is that even happening? It attacks the integrity of the things that we're supposed to be saying. We're supposed to be saying what we truly think, not what somebody else wants us to say. And I think, to me, on a personal level, it is wrong, and I think it's a damning revelation. It's a damning revelation. It really makes me question the sincerity of a lot of the things that some of these people out here are saying. It really, really does. Let me give you guys an insight. Although I was born in the States, I currently live in Nigeria. Marco is in Italy. Currently, I'm most likely going to be in the States very soon, moving back to the States very soon. We don't talk to anybody. We don't have any connections with anybody. I don't know any of these athletes. I don't know any of their agents. I don't know anybody in the industry. And to be quite honest with you, I'm 100% okay with that. I'm not a groupie. I'm not trying to be people's friends. If we generate an organic relationship on a professional level, fantastic. If I become friends with me, fantastic. There's no one informing the information that we give in these videos. No one. The only agenda is being straightforward with people, and that is why a decent amount of people who watch and consume our videos have decided to support our channel and what we do. That's the reason why. And to me, I just think it's astounding that Rich Paul would be there having a conversation with Stephen A. Smith talking about how it's disrespectful for LeBron James to be ranked number 2 behind Michael Jordan. Why is Rich Paul having that conversation with Stephen A. Smith? And this is the reason why. This aspect, this part of this video is what the people who are huge LeBron James supporters will call hating. They will hear all of this information, and to them, it translates, okay, hating. That's what reads off in their minds. They don't deal with what I'm saying. They're going to deal with their emotions. And Stephen A. Smith pointed out something else as well. He said he's sensitive because he kept on saying, why does people remind people? Because he's sensitive. And that's what I've noticed about a lot of these supporters. They're very sensitive. They don't deal in facts. It's all opinion. It's all emotions. It's all emotions. If you read their comments, it's never based in anything concrete or solid. All they usually say is, you're hating. Oh, you're the black skid, like that's supposed to be a diss? Are you hot? I'm supposed to feel insulted by that? You're talking about one of the top 2-3 sports personalities in the world, and you're telling me that I'm supposed to feel insulted because of what? What am I supposed to be feeling exactly? One guy left to come, oh, I see you're the black, and what are you saying? What is that supposed to mean? Unless it was something that I missed, maybe some racial thing or whatever it is. Some nonsense like that, because some people try to come on our channel and think that all of a sudden, we're, but anyway, to me, I think it's unfair. To all the other athletes, to all the other NBA players, they don't have their agents calling up people at Fox or ESPN to talk about why they believe their players should be ranked at a certain level if we're talking about all-time NBA rankings. I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong. And I think it's a damning revelation. And it's one of the reasons why, to this day, I'll never take that thing seriously about when they're talking about, oh, LeBron. It makes no sense. I have LeBron in my top 5, but he's not ahead of Kobe. He's not ahead of Kareem. I'm sorry. I'm not sipping on that Kool-Aid. As I said, I keep saying in these videos, we don't twerk. We don't twerk here on this channel. We're not busting it down. We're not twerking. So to me, I thought it was very important we put out this video to give you guys the information. Because to me, I think it's wrong. Personally, I think it's wrong. So what I want to know from you guys is, what do you guys think about that conversation that Stephen A. Smith revealed that he had with Rich Paul? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro. Wishing you guys an amazing day and catch you guys on the next episode.